Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Peace. All that good stuff. Hope everybody doing good. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, this my show, Throwback, Sherm, right? So I've been looking at different stuff. So I came up with what exactly is idol worshiping? Is it worshiping your car? You know what I mean? Would you what would you do for your car? You know what I'm saying? What would you do for that stash you got in the crib? Like if somebody owe you some money, what would you do? What would you do to them? You know what I'm saying? Like idol worship, right? So then you get off of that and you start, like for instance, I've been watching this sister, Tamara Magdalena, right? Check her out, right? And then you got another sister, Fame versus Sacrifice, right? So it's two sisters and they giving it up inside information or whatever, however they get their information or whatever, whether the Most High talk to them, whatever, however they get it, right? But they like two different versions. Like Tamara, she kind of like visual, she got scriptures and all that, but she hardly ever talks. She just showing videos. She showing you proof. She showing you the motherfucking shape shifting. She showing you the motherfucking their little eyes, when they eyes get that little look like little lizard shit going on inside of them, or whatever. And she's slowing it down and she bringing scriptures. So she's wonderful. She's wonderful. Then you got the other sister, Fame versus Sacrifice. She giving it to you like she know firsthand. Like she telling the story kind of like I'm doing. So she don't use too much graphic. Like sometimes she had shows where she do the graphics, but you know what I'm saying? I say that for this one to get to this point. Like you got to figure out which way you going to receive the information better. You know what I mean? Best. So like for instance, like I'm watching a sister Magdalena, and she started talking about politics, right? Because she talking about the Illuminati and all of that, and the two different houses of the Illuminati, right? So the two different houses of the Illuminati is Phoenix House and Dragon House, or Golden Dragon, or whatever the hell. So you got the Phoenix House, you got Dragon House, and then you got in Mexico, you got the Santerias or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got that. So Illuminati, right? So I'm watching that, and she talking about the politicians and this and this and that or whatever, and how, remember I said it before I even saw her video, but I basically said it was two snakes fighting. Let the two snakes fight. We shouldn't be out there protesting or nothing like that, because this system, this world, this reality, how we do things, or whatever the case may be, they set it up. They set it up. That's who set it up. And it's funny. So now you finally got people, you know, white people willing to admit that we the true Hebrews, the true Israelites. We the original, right? And I started to think about why, right? So you get to a couple of reasons why, I thought. You go, the first reason I think is because they think the end of times is here. The last days, and they panic and they trying to scramble, get they house in order, because they think that, I don't know how they get this neither. I really don't. Like, if you was part of the oppressive system that did all of this stuff and all of this, you gonna clean up your house right before the Most High crack the sky and reveal itself, and then you gonna reign, you gonna have peace for 1,000 years. I don't see how they got to that, but that's what they thinking. They really believe that they gonna be at the last minute, and then they gonna still keep the same system where we've been oppressed and shit like that, and we've been put down, and we ain't been given the same opportunities, land stolen, name stolen, and all that. and at the last minute, and then they gonna still reign supreme over us. I don't see how they got to that, but that's where they at. And then the second thing is, I think that I seen a thing with Rabbi Abel Finkelstein. Look, you can look that one up. DuckDuckGo if you want to look that up. Abel Finkelstein, the rabbi, talk about how the they was killing people or whatever, Jewish meat processing plants, and the bodies and all that. They was grinding it up, putting it in the refrigerators, in the freezers, putting it in the breakfast sausages. He was actually laughing about it. Putting it in the breakfast sausages and the hamburgers and all of that. You see, they just was talking about it. It's a real serious thing that McDonald's had people in a cooler or whatever, and people meat in the cooler and all that, and it just killed the 33-year-old businessman, which I think was a sacrifice ritual or some kind of shit like that. But then you got that going on, right? And so I think that they see that, the Rothschilds financed Hitler, they Israel, they financed all the wars on both sides. So they was playing both sides again. They have not been nothing but devils running around causing chaos and mischief, right? So I think Anglo-Saxons here finally saw, so these guys is really, really terrible. They really, 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 really terrible. I think that's what happened. I don't think it's the black lie. Like, to me, I'm not black, that's one. And to me, why should I have to go out there and tell you that my life matter? Why should we have to do that? I was saying somebody, watching a brother, and he was saying, yo, this battle, we don't supposed to pick up no sword. This ain't no battle for no sword. What we gonna do, learn more war? Get barbaric? Nah. This is a thing where information gonna kill them. You see how hurt in their feelings the Jewish community is behind Nick Cannon? He need to apologize. He need to do this. He need to do that. Hurtful. Why? Why does the truth hurt? No, not even get off the truth. Why does words hurt? He didn't curse. He didn't curse nobody. He didn't say nothing. You can't have a soul if you ain't from the solar system. I mean, yeah, it might be harsh, but I mean, what are you running? Look how you running around. Anybody that could grind up children, and put it in McDonald's to sell to people, they got a soul. So he was giving you valid fucking shit to why it was like that, but why he said that, and he got good reasons. So instead of coming out and disputing the reasons, well, let's come out and let's dispute that, Sherwin, what you said about Hitler and all that, the Rothschilds, and he actually being a German Jew and this and this and that and all that. That's like some crazy ass white on white crime that they don't want to talk about. But get off of that, right? So let's go back to idol worshiping. So Kanye, remember when Kanye had the silver suit on and the Tin Man and all that stuff? That was a ritual. He was representing the Tin Man that had no heart. And they put new limbs and all of that shit on it, right? Even got in the song, what's the song? Heart something, heart beat or heart, whatever the case. But so, it's funny. So I be looking at some of them guys now. I seen a video of Jalen Rose, right? This was Jalen Rose. He getting makeup on his face, and he's standing with his hands kind of like on the thing up there, and he's looking at the court like this, right? And he's looking at the court like this for about 3 minutes. And he don't move. He don't move his eyes, which you can understand that. Sometimes people get into the little blank little stare, so, start daydreaming or whatever. So he's doing this for like 3 minutes. But meanwhile, you got a little person down, because he tall. You got a little person down there moving this thing, wiping his, doing this, and the whole time. He didn't move. He didn't blink. His face didn't even look like it moved or whatever. And it was like the guy that was doing it, he's touching up on Jalen's face or whatever the case may be, and he's kind of looking over his shoulder to see if anybody looking. Like I could tell it's a robot and shit. Y'all can't tell or whatever the case may be, right? So That shit real, man. That shit real. That shit. They get these people that want to get on. Kanye wanted to go down as the greatest voice to this to that. He wanted to be a god and all of this stuff and all that. And they sell their soul. They sell their soul. Let's go to Sherm, you know. Okay, let's get on Billie Eilish. So she sacrificed a friend and sang about it in a song. In a song. Sacrificed a friend to get on. Word up. Sacrifice a friend. Fuck it. They say Kanye sacrificed his moms. Nas sacrificed his moms. Yeah, Kanye, Nas sacrificed his moms. Somebody sacrificed their pops. The baby sacrificed his pops. Jamie Foxx sacrificed his grandmother. Mayweather sacrificed his wife, his pops, and his uncle. Like, and so once they do that, these guys they soulless, man. They soulless, but y'all love them. I have people still trying to tell me. I say, yo, LeBron done tweeted about pizza. LeBron bought 10% of Comet Pizza, which is in that child trafficking shit. He bought 10% of Comet Pizza for $1 million. Ended up making like $100-something million out of it or whatever. And so my mom's made an interesting point tonight. She said, they do that. They take over them so they can take their money. So they don't end up being, you know, they not gonna give a black person all that money and he go rogue on him. He go rogue. Like you see Snoop say something, pull him back in line. Nick say something, pull him back in line. Yo, when Bootsy said that shit, they had Jay-Z call Bootsy and shit to try to talk Bootsy down off or out of that or whatever, and then remind him he got stuff coming up. So that's what they do, man. That's what they do. They sacrifice people. Yeah, I think Michael Jordan sacrificed his father out there. He's the only NBA player they gave a team to. It's the only one they gave a team to. You figure Nike over there and they shit. I even seen they got like a Nike ritual, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Mike sacrifices pops. Yeah, I think he sacrifices pops. Hell yeah. Without question, he sacrificed them and shit. You know what I mean? So I done seen where Stephon Marbury had a breakdown, crying with Jesus or whatever the case may be. LeBron, I heard LeBron and Shaq, you know, cause how it is Kobe was sacrificed. And for anybody to get sacrificed, you know, once you get in the game, you know, you probably sacrifice somebody to give something up or whatever the case may be too. For your immortality or whatever the case, so you'll be your picture pasted all around the wall or whatever. So these people, they be giving stuff up early. They be sacrificing people. So you can't really feel sorry for them, man. How can you feel sorry for somebody that willingly sold their soul for maybe 50 years of enjoyment? You gotta look at it like 50 years of enjoyment. I seen Tyler Perry gonna end up on the list and all that, the pedophile list. This was something I'm gonna say too, right? So going back to the sister, and she was watching she was on politics or whatever, right? They both this it's like the same. I mean, if it's the Illuminati two houses fighting, I mean, I'm feeling like I can't vote for nobody. Period. That's just me. That's just me. And it's not because of no Democrat shit. It's not no Republican shit. It's not nothing like that. This is where I came at for mine. Just so y'all know where I came at with mine. I'm like, damn. So if they both fighting Illuminati houses and one house is mad because the female was mad, the female side or a branch or whatever was upset with because Trump came back and squashed out that all that. I don't want to lose my soul fucking with them. Like if it came between voting and losing my soul, nah, I ain't fucking never voting again. And if I do even vote this one last time, maybe Most High tell me something before then to show me or to help me to see that, yo, maybe you need to vote this one last time or whatever. But if that don't happen, I'm good with not voting no more. Word up. The way I see everybody satanic and rituals and J-Lo and Shakira, yo, that Super Bowl show, I never watched that shit anyway. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. I don't even think, but never watched the Super Bowl halftime show. But that shit is all they conjuring up spirits, shape shifting and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like y'all willing to lose y'all soul for the love of these motherfuckers? That's how I feel about it. Like I give a fuck if Jay-Z was selling his soul out and shit. I stop fucking with hoes. So you selling your soul out and you got involved in all of this illegal shit and all of that. What you gonna do? I can't feel sorry for you. You was bragging about it. You was bragging about it. You motherfucking went open arms to the motherfuckers. Like some of these new young rappers. They is openly... Let's get off of that. Let's stop. Let's get off of that. Let's go to this thing called the Blasphemy Challenge. The Blasphemy Game. Look that up right now. Or if you want to. The Blasphemy Game on DuckDuckGo. Look it up. It's actually a game where people is taking the oath for Satan, and then you load it up. You going, I'm disowning God and all this, and I'm taking an oath. Some bullshit. I ain't even read that because I don't want to know that shit by heart. So, but anyway, because I could remember, you know, you can remember a little, but I don't want to remember that shit. So, but, so you take the video, right? And then you load it up on the YouTube. And then when you load it up on the YouTube, they send you a free $25 book, right? And then once you get the $25 book, it got like 4 or 5 steps where you could get into the Illuminati via your little fucking pledge and shit, your little sellout little pledge. You could get into the Illuminati and they gonna reach out to you depending on what you willing to do. Yeah, that easy. I was like, what? They got a what game? So, here go a fun fact. On the day of 9/11 hit, right? On the day 9/11 hit, 4,000 Jews did not show up to work that day. Still don't think they got nothing to do with it, right? 4,000 Jews. I don't even think 4,000 people died in the down. I think it was 3,000 and some change. I don't think it was even 4,000. But 4,000 Jews just happened to stay home that day. Yeah, all right, whatever. What is idol worshiping? Do you have a disease? Like, they started out this list that I seen with them doing the allegedly executions or whatever the case, because you gotta watch your words. YouTube be trolling, but I ain't got that many viewers. That's one. So I keep it funky, and 2, I'm not monetized, so I don't care really. But yeah, you gotta talk in code. They pulling people's stuff down, everything. I done seen it, people yanking people's stuff down. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. So where was I? So yeah, idol worshiping. Idol worshiping. Yeah. The Boule. I forgot about the Boule when we talking about Illuminati houses. And that's where I think we get messed up at. We kind of act like it's just Caucasians and others that's trying to bring an end to the world. Because that's what they plan is. They plan is to bring an end to the world, enslave the rest of us that's here, have nothing but despair and killing and all of that and all of this violence and protesting and all of that shit, and then putting chips in people. That's what they want to do, right? But the Boule is a big part of this. The Boule shit. That Boule shit, that motherfucking Real Housewives shit, that motherfucking loving hip hop, growing up hip hop, all that shit. All that shit satanic. I see Tamar having a meltdown and shit, but you just gotta watch a couple of clips of her show. They talk about dark spirits and all of that, and the dude talk about witchcraft and all of that shit. That's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. Mother Teresa was involved in human trafficking. Mother Teresa. Yeah, that's how it is, Mother Teresa. So yeah, so it's basically you got two branches of it warring against each other. And yeah, you gotta stay out of that bullshit, man. You gotta stay out of that. It's not a black or white thing. It's I mean, you see DL Hughley pass out. Let's talk about DL Hughley. Everybody that wanted him, you could look at the shit. So you got DL Hughley. He passed out on stage. You gotta watch Tamara Magdalena. She break it down when he fall and he hit the ground. It looked like all of this hair right here flips back. Like this hair, when he hits the ground, this hair does like this, right? And when it does that, it looks like a robot. It looks like a robot. Well, what you talking about, Sean? Okay, well, here you go. When Bernie Mac was going to come out and talk about the shit they was doing in what's the name, he went to, like I told you, he went to Cedric, DL, and Steve. The first time they like, yeah, man, you know, this shit been going on since the 40s, man. Woo, 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 woo. Let's just get our money and mind our business. That's what they said, right? So then, the next time he came to him, yo, I'm gonna do this and this and this and that. Steve called on him. Steve called, yo, this one is becoming a problem. And then went to the other two clowns, and the other two clowns co-signed it. That's why you see it, when they up there and they talking about DL and Steve up there crying, them tears of guilt, man. It's tears of guilt. It's tears of guilt. It's tears of guilt. It's tears of guilt. Word up. Yeah, this is not, this is even the music industry got it. You got the metal, the Hasatans, loyalists versus disco, the flamboyance of Lucifer, as is written in the codex. So yeah, so I'm like, I seen Satanic Temple. They want equal rights now. They got their little symbols and this and this and that, and because they tying it, you know, if LBGTs and transgenders and all that, what about us? What about our rights? That's what they trying to usher in. You got Don Lemon over there the other day talking about Don Orange. I don't even like calling him Don Lemon. Don Orange over there talking about, yeah, we need to understand the pedophiles. You know, before they even let's talk to them, give them some warm milk, and, you know, make sure they feeling okay, whatever the case may be. So bringing up Don Lemon, that gets to an interesting point, right? I think, like I said, I think a lot of these people's already dead, already done been executed allegedly or whatever, or in Gitmo or whatever, politicians and all that. So I think the clones or the robots that they got, either one, clones or robots, right? Because I'm sure now the robots exist. I know clones exist, but I physically seen the robots and seen they got one robot to look up the supermodel on Twitter. Supermodel on Twitter, a robot supermodel on Twitter with 2.5 million followers. So it's a real thing. It's actually robots out over there in Japan living lives and shit like that. So yeah, but it's crazy, man. So this thing, they out there, man. They out there. So Kanye, all of these people could get, you know. But she's saying that some of these things have these entities in it, and they be shape-shifting and all of this type of stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, he said they got their wars against Christian theocracy. Yeah, but it's saying in the Bible it's going to be Satan versus Lucifer. Like I said, the two going battle. And the son's supposed to devour the mother. That's how it go, right? So, yeah, so, I don't know. I seen not proof, but I seen very credible evidence that Trump could be a clone or a shapeshifter or whatever the case. And then they'll go, the magmas will go, you ain't a Trump supporter. No, it's not that. If one side is good and one side is bad, it's still the same thing, though. So it's still the same thing in there. So even if Trump is good or bad, or whatever the case may be, he could still be cloned or have a good frill inside of him or whatever the case. He could be doing that. So whatever. And if that's the case, I really don't want nothing to do with that. And I done seen enough to where I could go, yo, it's possible. Don't tell me it ain't possible. It's possible. I done seen it. Yeah, this J-Lo thing, man. J-Lo is the high priestess of the Latin sect of the Luciferian in Mexico. She's down. She's down. Watch her shows and all that. She's down. Right? So it was funny. That guy, Rick Gervais, the British guy, he was up there dogging out all the actors and shit, telling their secrets, but saying it with his, how they say, with cheek and tongue or whatever, his tongue in his cheek, like that, is as he talking. But even he was throwing up signs, talking about, I don't care, you can't hurt me, I don't care, you can't hurt me. So it looked like he was throwing up, you know, his little protection spells or whatever the case may be. These all motherfuckers all think they witches and warlocks, I guess. They all think they witches and warlocks, whatever. Or playing a fucking game of a real life Game of Thrones or whatever right in front of our eyes and shit. Right? So, but anyway, so he doing the thing and he's talking or whatever the case, and he crushing them, and Tamara, the sister, did a video. So it was pretty good. So then I'm scrolling through, and this other YouTube channel, I ain't gonna blow the name up. So I'm scrolling through, and I pull up on her and shoot, and I'm checking her out, and she doing Tamara video was 30 minutes. I'ma say 30 minutes, right? Really good, really good. So the other chick video is 15 minutes long, and she's pausing it, and she's throwing shots at Tamara while she pausing the video, but using all of her information. Oh, see, she says this right here, but I don't know where she gets this from, and this and this and that. And I left a comment. I'm like, yo, you know, it's amazing. You use all her information, you do this, you do that, and you throw shots at her. Why you couldn't just give her some credit that it was a good thing and use it and say what you want to say? That's how they do, man. That's how they do. That's how they do. But let's get off of that. That shit was crazy to me. I was like, damn. We out here doing the same thing. They talk about this and that and all of this and all of that or whatever. But it's still that little bit of shit. Like my man said, he said, yo, people say, oh, it's good white people, Sean. He said, well, when you find me a white person, he ain't say Sean, but he said when you find a white person that'll tell the other white people that, yo, this is the real, true tribe of Israel. This is the true Hebrews right here. And the real shit, then you met one. Until then, they still living in the fantasy world of lies. It's like they want to use some of the lies, but they tell some of the truth. They want to acknowledge some injustices, but not all of the injustices. It's like they want to just pick the ones that they want to touch. They feel like addressing and shit like that. That's how we got in this situation that we in right now. A Texas hospital, right? So I was watching a joint, and you know the Texas doctor, right? He wrote a thing. He said the hospitals and all of that is filling up now. He said because when the lockdown happened, all of the procedures was put on hold. Colonoscopies, appendicitis, everything, unless it was some shit you was gonna die from, it was put on hold. So now places is filling up. I just had a homeboy went to take care of something the other day. So places is filling up or whatever, and it's not necessarily COVID. They filling up the hospital beds is because people coming in to get them situations done now, whatever the case may be, right? And so he was like, you know, the numbers are going up, but the death rate is not increasing. Actually, the death rate is going reverse. It's just something to think about. The Red Shoe Club. The Red Shoe Club. You can look this one up too. The Red Shoe Hunting Club, right? The Red Shoe Hunting Club was a club that they hunted people in England, Belgium, Spain, U.S., Canada. Had mass graves all around the place. You know what I mean? When they found 34 mass graves. And just in Canada, I think in England, or Canada and Belgium, one of the two. Just in those places alone, 34 mass graves, right? Nobody wants to dig them up. They ain't even want to excavate them or whatever. They didn't even want to touch them, right? So, well, okay. So now, so yeah, I'm telling you, it's really, really real. They hunting people. The girl was saying that, Joe, they would hire you for the parties, to run and stuff. And she said if they catch you too easy, they you know you would get in trouble because they think you ain't playing the game good. So yeah, so and you get red shoes, I think, by killing somebody. You kill somebody allegedly, and then you people skin, and you get red shoes. Okay, this one I didn't even know was gonna happen this quick. I seen coin buyback at the banks already. I told you what's gonna happen. I told you that one. That was just like how they say is elementary. That one just you know that one was just gonna happen. Like so in Michigan, and I even seen it in North Carolina. They saying, look at what they saying. Help the banks back by bringing your change back because of the change shortage. Translation: help the bank out by bringing your change back and let us give you a little $5 for $100 worth of coins that down the road might be $600, not because of the price of the coins, but because the weight of the metal. That's what it's going by. It's going to go by the weight of the metal. So if you got, say for instance, you got 10,000 copper pennies. Just say for instance, you got 10,000 copper pennies or whatever. It ain't gonna be a penny it ain't gonna be a penny whatever. Them pennies going that shit gonna weigh a lot of money because it's gonna go by the whole weight of the copper. You gonna be able to sit it down and go, I got eight ounces of 8 ounces of copper. 8 ounces of copper at the time might be something like $150. So now you end up, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they try and buy your change back. But hold on to your change. Hold on to your change because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need it. Word. And the banks giving it to them now, you giving them a chance. You giving them money, free money. Gary Sickle and Ted Gunderson. Look up Ted Gunderson first. They killed him. Ted Gunderson is dead. He was going around talking about all of the shit that they was doing and everything. They killed him. Ted Gunderson. Gunderson. Ted Gunderson. Look him up. Right. So, USA seized all of China's assets. The USA seized China assets, the Communist Party's assets, right? So, that related to human trafficking. So all of their property, all of that shit, they get ready to get the money out. They get ready, unless they do some old dumb shit, all this money he done stole, they get ready to get that money out. They get ready to get that money out. And I think what'll happen is Trump gonna do the enact the Sarah Act, because all he got to do, like, it's already done started now, because you got my bank been calling me trying to get, don't refinance nothing, don't get nothing else new right now, y'all. Don't take out no more debt. Don't take out no more debt, right? Because they might end up buying all your debt up. So if you get new debt right now while it's in the process, I don't know if you will get covered. But if you hold 10 for a little bit and wait to see what happens, you got to be patient with this shit. You got to be patient, even with the buying of silver. Yeah, it ain't going to go up quick that next week or the next month. But when that dollar flick, it's going to go up. You got to be patient. You got to be patient. Got to play the long game with this. Right? So, who we got? Wormwood. Revelation 8, 10 and 11. Wormwood fell. Yep. And 1/3 of the waters became wormwood. And many men died from the waters because it was made bitter. So now, in the book, in in today's culture, they try to make wormwood sound like a harmless thing. It just mean bitter and all that. Nah, wormwood is a curse. Wormwood is a curse. Mentioned 7 times in the Hebrew Bible, which is ours. They just bent it up, put they satanic, gay, Talmud shit on it. And don't say I'm racist. I'm not racist. You look it up. One of the practices that the rabbis was doing for years was when they circumcised a little boy's penis, they would suck on his penis till the blood stopped. And that practice led to a lot of babies getting herpes and sexual diseases. So that's some bullshit right there. Especially when you put in the thing that they drinking people blood and living off of it. This motherfucker drinking little babies' blood right there in front of people's faces. Come on, man. I don't know what that is. Kanye's song talk about bathed in the blood. Who blood you bathing in? How is somebody rapping on stage in church or whatever, church rap gospel or whatever he doing, and he a Luciferian? Wouldn't that make the church of Satan? Or a Luciferian church? I don't know. I'm just asking these questions. Like that's a real serious question right there. Heads in there, like dancing with this guy, man, and loving the fact that he taking y'all soul away. Every time you watch Beyonce Formation video or Formation, that's a ritual. It's a ritual. And how are y'all okay with them doing this? How are y'all okay with this? That's the part. I love Kobe, but if he was in Illuminati and tied to that shit with China and trying to put AI technology into somebody's head, and that was the company he was involved in, so when he tried to sue people and all that and this and that was just a smoke screen for him to be sacrificed or whatever, and he all up in it, and Shaq even talk about how he a Mason and all of that shit, and this is all satanic Mason shit, man. But you still love him? You still love him? That's idol worshiping. That's something you put in. That's you putting a person that chose to sell a soul for fame, glory, or whatever. You putting your love for them above what you know is right to do. Oh, I seen one. So they said, going back to you got all these little branches, the Illuminati, but you got all these branches in the Illuminati. So you got Leanne Remy, right? So Leanne Remy is attacking Scientology. And Leanne Remy is only attacking Scientology because the man, what's his name, is running the shit and done shut his wife up and got her locked away, which is wrong. But the only reason she wanted to, because she tired of the men running it. So her energy ain't right. Because you know she look like she done adrenochrome and shit too. So they out here in front of us acting holier than thou, Melissa Moreno, and all of these motherfuckers, and they bad. They out here adrenochroming kids and eating people. You know, people on TV talking this shit. Whoopi Goldberg need to shut up, though. You ain't run your mouth. You ain't open your mouth when Ted Danson had that black face on right there talking in the thing, and you sitting there looking at him smiling. You ain't had nothing to say then. And you know that the form of Judaism that you following ain't the real deal. You just fall in line so you could have your TV deal, so you could get your movies and all that. It ain't about right. It's not. They Esau. They the Edomites. That's who they are. They Esau. They the Edomites. Come on, stop it, man. Stop it. They tried, it's pretty much they tried to Me Too the Illuminati. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Motherfuckers is trying to clean up satanic shit. Like, how the fuck? You still got people out here that are, like, you know they lie. The Pope was doing satanic shit over there and all of this shit, but y'all still a Catholic. How? How? Like once to me, once I see or feel stuff is wrong, I don't even feel right now. I can't even do it no more. Like you know, yeah, I used to greet, hey Aki, hey, assalamu alaikum and all that. Not no more. Not no more. Cause it ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's wrong. And it come from all that shit right there. The Saudis was involved in the human trafficking too. It was the Saudis, it was the Jews, it was the Brits, and it was Americans. Them was your major people. Then you got your small players. No, China was a big player. Australia was a big player too, because they had that cloning facility out there. Like, this shit is real, man. This shit is real. Dwayne Wade, he gone. Marbury, he gone. Jalen Rose gone. LeBron, he gone. Shaq gone. You know Shaq gone. Shaq gone. Charles Barkley gone. Like, and not even, we ain't even talk about that Epstein Island shit. They ain't even talking about that. Now I'm on some other shit. I'm talking about this Illuminati clone shit, sunken place bullshit. And people idolizing these people that done sold they soul. How can you idolize somebody that sold they soul? I don't see how you can do it. I don't care. How can you do it? Word. It's like, it's crazy. So, I just wanted to come back and do this one, man. And, you know, hopefully it ain't too long, man. And say, yo, man. Like, you gotta straighten it up, man. We gotta straighten it up, man. Because we really out of whack, man. People still out here rooting for these NBA players and basketball and all of this shit and all this. Well, all that's going on in the world, what is that? What is even starting the basketball season up? What is it? You know why? Because they control these motherfuckers. They control all the motherfuckers. All of them. All of them. All of them. And I'm still not watching those sports. Because I still think they be doing too many satanic rituals from the end. Still not doing it. And you can't, and after seeing the halftime show and all that shit, you can't tell me that I'm lying. There's proof right there that they do them. And you'll go, Sherm, you bugging the fuck out. They ain't doing that. They ain't doing no satanic rituals and all of that at no basketball game. And then I bring it over to you and I say, I see this clown, what was her name on TV? then you'll bring it over and I'll go, yo, they doing right there. Oh man, that's, come up with an excuse. We look for excuses to let everything slide. And you're going to slide your soul out your body. You keep it up. But that's my show. And I wanted to say shout out to the brother Dubar Kabash. I want to say shout out to that brother. They be on it. It's another brother too. I was kicking it with him last night and stuff like that. So we all out here, man. It's people that know stuff, whether it's inside information, whether it's the Most High talking to them, whether it's they just putting in their hard work. But y'all gotta leave them TVs alone. Y'all gotta leave them TVs alone, man. I'm telling you. This week, I can tell you for real, I have watched my TV 2 times in the last 3 weeks, and that was just that show, Perry Mason. That was it. That was it. You can't watch the news. You can't watch the news. You can't watch the commercials, because they programming you to like satanic shit, man. Everybody covering up their eye like this and all this shit like that. I say, here go one. So, MREC, and this one kind of didn't make no sense to me. So, you know, rub me the wrong way. That's the good word for it. I didn't upset. Just rub me the wrong way enough where I tweeted a couple of things, said a couple of things to the under the post, right? So you got MREC that be on there with the sister Amina and going hard. This the list. And Mina be going hard, yo, and this and this and this and this and that. And then I see MREC, he got some dudes. I don't even know who the dude's names is. I don't even know who the dude's name is. But He talking about he gonna sell his company for $100 million, and he got his hands crossed like this, like on his, like something like this. But at the bottom, he doing this at the bottom, like this. He doing that like on the sneaky down on the bottom. So I posted like, yo, you know, that's that hand signal shit right there, right? That's that. Somebody else said, I said, yup, that's just what I said. So then I said to M, I said, yo, M, you going in hard with all of that, but you do understand that them peoples is the same ones that, you know, she talking, calling out and talking about and this and this and that. Them the ones that Luciferians. Them the ones that's running that got the money to give $100 million out and all of that. But you promoting it and you got it on your thing and you, cause that, you know, so I'm like, what are you gonna do? You gonna be outraged and you gonna talk, you gonna keep it, or what you gonna do? You trying to walk both ways, and that's what I think people do. They want to be outraged about it, but I could still love Kanye. Well, he the motherfucking man to other shit. He the motherfucking top dog right now. One of the top dogs. Puffy looking scared right now. Puffy looking scared. Puffy looking like his number is about to be up. So Puffy looking scared. He was a big dog. Shit, I heard Jay-Z allegedly got executed. Him and his book. I heard they both got executed. And the funny thing was the picture that they showed of him allegedly getting executed looked like Jay-Z. That dude running around here with that big crown, that big afro like this and all that, standing in the back like this. That's a robot or a clone one. That picture I seen of Jay, he had kind of like, it looked like he had a dark ring under his eye. His face was kind of, you know, he looked 50 years old. Short haircut, wasn't had all of that shit like that. It's been years since he had that. He ain't had no makeup on and nothing like that, and had like a little plain back. And I was like, me and my girl was watching it. I said, girl, that looked like the last picture Jay-Z ever took right there. That looked like the real Jay-Z. That thing running around right now don't look like him. Yeah, I just wanted to come back and say this, man, because I'm still seeing too much love for these people, man. Too much love for them. Especially when you go, the whole system is connected. Yeah, I still have some more love in my heart, too. Let's say, I seen Terry Magdalena, she did one on Tamara. I'm sorry, I keep calling her Terry. I don't know why. But on the civil rights movement. Civil rights movement was the first version of Black Lives Matter. It's just that they did it. It was the first time that they did it. So we didn't know what they was doing. So we was fooled a lot better. Malcolm X, all of that. Malcolm X, he was down with the Illuminati too. And what happened? They got mad because he switched from one house to the other house, or whatever the case may be. He switched from one house to the other house. I seen MLK throwing up the signs and all of that. Man, they was in it, man. They was in it. Like this whole fucking shit, man. Wait till they get to the wrestlers. They gonna be in the wrestlers too. Right, hypothetically, I'm going to say off the top of my head, the wrestlers that they'll probably end up going to talk to about this shit, or ended up fried some kind of way down the line. Vince McMahon, definitely. Hulk Hogan. If they got The Rock, if they allegedly executed The Rock, John Cena probably going to go. Triple H probably going to go. Batista, did I say Batista? Batista probably going to go. I remember how Sting. I remember Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor looked like shit after he stopped wrestling. He was just the total package when he was wrestling. After that, he looked like a little motherfucking screw. So I think a lot of them gonna get caught up in this shit. Word. It's not over yet. So you gotta stop the idol worshiping. Pay attention to what's going on. Look for what you look for what you need to get. Get what you need to get. Don't put too much of that love and lust into your heart, and rock out, man. I'm telling you, man. This the last days, man. You can look at the weather all around. Volcano erupted yesterday in Italy. Like, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. And it's only going to get worse because we not living right. We not living right. We not living right. And I remember when I said I fell asleep at the wheel, I really didn't know how asleep I really was. How asleep I really was. Bird up. But yeah, that's my show. Big Sherm, love.